only know one thing. The moment you see a rich girl, you start flirting. By the way, my father is firing your father from his job.
For 20 years, a man stood at the same gate in New York City. Rain, snow, heat. He never moved. His name was Martin Wilson, a poor gatekeeper working for the wealthy Smith family. People passed through that gate to power and success, while he stayed outside. He didn't know that one day that same gate would turn his fate upside down. Martin was loyal, quiet, and invisible. The Smith family never treated him with respect, especially their daughters, Emma and Sophia. To them, Martin was not a human being. He was just the guard. Yet Martin never replied back. He endured everything for one reason only: his son. Martin's son, Lucas Wilson, was his entire world. Martin spent every dollar on Lucas's education. He wore old clothes so his son could buy new books. Many nights, Martin slept hungry but smiled proudly. He often said, "I stand at doors, son. You will make decisions behind them." Lucas grew up intelligent, calm, and focused. He earned scholarships and left the city to study business management. Meanwhile, Martin's health began to fail. 20 years of standing, stress, and silent humiliation slowly broke his body. One winter morning, Martin collapsed with a high fever. The doctor ordered rest. When Martin informed the Smith family, the response was cold. "Tomorrow is important. Arrange a replacement," the owner said. With no choice left, Martin called Lucas. The next day, Lucas stood at the gate wearing his father's uniform. It was the first time he truly felt his father's life. His posture was calm, but his heart was heavy. Soon, a luxury car approached the gate. Emma stepped out and stared at him. "Who are you? Where is Martin?" Lucas replied respectfully, "He's sick. I'm covering for him today." Sophia laughed mockingly. "This is typical of poor people," Sophia said. "They can never do their jobs properly." Emma added, "People like him are always unreliable." Lucas stayed silent. Every word cut deep, but he chose dignity over anger. The car drove away toward their office. Inside, the sisters continued mocking workers and guards. They had no idea that the man they insulted would soon decide their future. Across the city, a multinational company prepared for interviews. A new operations director had joined that day. The position was powerful. The interviews would be strict. Only leaders with character would be selected. When Emma and Sophia entered the interview room, they froze. Behind the desk sat a confident man in a suit. It was Lucas Wilson, the same man who stood at their gate that morning. Lucas looked up and recognized them instantly. No anger, no reaction. "Please have a seat," he said calmly. Their confidence disappeared. Their hands trembled. Words failed them. The interview began. Lucas asked difficult but fair questions. No revenge, no humiliation. At the end, he asked one final question: "Do you believe leadership comes from wealth or from character?" Silence filled the room. Emma looked down. Sophia remembered the morning insults, the laughter, the arrogance. Now everything had reversed. The interview ended. "You will be informed via email," Lucas said. As they stood to leave, Emma stopped. "We're sorry," she whispered. "We were wrong." Lucas replied calmly, "Apologies matter. But respect should be given when someone appears powerless, not when they gain authority." There was no pride in his voice, only truth. That evening, Lucas returned home. He held his father's weak hands. Martin asked softly, "Did anyone trouble you today?" Lucas smiled and said, No, Dad. Justice spoke today. A few days later, the decision arrived. Emma and Sophia were rejected, not due to lack of skill, but due to lack of character. The company chose values over arrogance. Martin slowly recovered. One day, he stood near the same gate again. But this time, his head was held high. His son no longer guarded doors. He opened futures. Never judge a person by where they stand today. The man at the gate may one day control the doors of destiny. Wealth fades, titles change, but character always rises.